And we're back.
I love this music. They use this in Halo 1. Oh, excited. Now we're playing Halo 1 again.
We'll see.
I think we both know the answer to that.
Thank you for playing Halo Reach. Over the past decade, we've shared some of our most memorable experiences together inside the far-reaching expanses of the Halo universe. It's been one hell of a ride, and we couldn't have done it without you. As we continue marching towards our ultimate goal of world domination, Bungie remains inspired and fueled by you, our passionate fan community. So play, forge, film. We'll see you Starside. Could it be
Halo?
Yep. But that's essentially the end of it, so I'm going to skip to the epilogue here.
That's all it was, is the ship slowly going towards it and the credits rolling?
And the credits roll. The legendary ending, I think, is different, but that's pretty much just the ending. Because you just float.
Okay.
Meanwhile,
at the Legion of Doom.
Back on Planet Reach.
Oh, I wanted to play the, I wanted to play the first level of Halo, or the second level of Halo.
Master Chief doesn't appear in that game, in this game.
I know, but still, that would have been cool. It's like, hey, this is what the Anniversary Edition is going to look like.
I'll try to not make this last forever. Basically, the epilogue is survive as long as you can.
Oh, jeez, really?
Yeah. Objective. Survive.
That's a shitty objective.
I think it's the best objective. All the other Spartans except for June's objective ended up being die, you know.
I guess. What's with the thing?
You'll find out. For the moment, I need to get somewhere where they're not shooting at me. Wow, I punched him through the concrete divider.
You are Spartan.
I am the epitome of implausibility.
You know, strangely enough, I wish zombies, Nazi zombies was like this instead. Like, you didn't have a very enclosed...
the hell up.
Like, you didn't have an enclosed area, you had, like, a very wide open area that you can run around and survive in.
Basically, this is Nazi zombies. It's just see how long you can survive. Oh,
Ha!
I'm alive, even though I got stuck.
Somehow.
I'm okay.
The glass distortion is pretty cool. Of all the things that I like, it's the glass distortion.
Yeah, I died.
If you take too much damage over a longer period of time, I guess your helmet breaks.
Yeah. And now we just get to watch.
I was about to say, he's kind of like calm and relaxed for a guy who's dying. He's just like, You can kind of see your own face, but...
Remember the helmet from the very beginning of the game? It was like that. The very, very first cutscene was that.
I honestly do not. As you can tell, my interest in this game is not as high as it probably should have been.
Now you know how I feel whenever we play Metroid.
Like... Oh...
It didn't take long for Reach to fall. Our enemy was ruthless, efficient. They weren't nearly fast enough. For you had already passed the torch. And because of you, we found Halo, unlocked its secrets, shattered our enemy's resolve. Our victory, your victory, was so close. I wish you could have lived to see it. But you belong to Reach. Your body, your armor, all burned and turned to glass. Everything. Except your courage. That you gave to us. And with it, we can rebuild.
And that's essentially the end of Halo Reach. I mean, you can make that
Last
epilogue go as long as you can. I didn't want it to last too long. I wanted you guys to get a feel of what it was like, but I also didn't want to drag it out because I knew it had the ending to it. But now we've unlocked Skulls. So, and then there's that, which is funny. But that's something for another day, I guess. And so you can replay various levels and whatnot. But I guess we'll do final thoughts now.
I mean, it was weird because it's a Halo game that wasn't about Master Chief, which I didn't like ODST because, well, it was crap, and I don't know exactly if that was the specific reason I didn't like it. But
well, it was just poorly planned. Like, instead of having real levels, you just sort of wandered around this city for a while, and there was really no story. You didn't really get to know the characters you were dealing with. You just sort of traipsed around and really did not. I mean, you never really left that city the entire time.
Right.
I have to say, I did like this game. People will always have their gripes, but I thought it was definitely the campaign was definitely a lot more. I guess I can say longer, but it just a lot more in depth. I feel like had more substance, more mass to it than Halo 3 did.
Right.
Halo 3 just sort of felt like you play. You could play it and it's over so quick.
Yeah.
That might be just the result of the fact that I was expecting such an epic game for the final of the of the series, but I did enjoy this. For one thing, I enjoyed how it actually introduced new things.
I think that, but for me, I personally liked how it kind of gave you since it's a prologue game.
Yeah.
It gave you that extra information about how it all started, essentially, which I thought was really good. Some things were kind of weird, like the space mission that you only did once.
Yeah.
That's like, well, okay.
It's kind of a bone that was really thrown in there. I mean, while it wasn't bad, it just didn't seem to fit.
It's like, hey, let's try this. Let's try this.
Yeah.
That and the tie-in with keys and things, and that to tie it into the first Halo, I very much liked that.
And so. I did enjoy having new weapons, because the 3 Halo games, really the only changes that happened to the weapons was they added 1 or 2 new ones through the entire trilogy, and they changed some of the
properties
the properties of them. Like they'll weaken them or they'll take more ammo from them. But really, in the first 3, by the end, there was really just like the Spartan laser.
Yeah.
Was really the only thing that was different.
Gravity hammer.
Grav hammer was that, but you know,
And
this
the
one...
2 new grenades and the flamethrower.
And those
Well, the
really-
flamethrower was in the first 2 Halo games as well,
Yeah.
at least for PC.
But this one actually went and introduced all new weapons. You know, completely redesigned these the enemies, introduced a new enemy, the skirmisher.
And then took it away in Halo 1.
Yeah,
as with
they're-
the brutes
and all those weapons and
Yeah,
things,
it's like
which and it's weird because
retcons.
some of them disappeared for 2 and then reappeared. So, I mean, I'm not sure how they're gonna jive that in the continuity, because it seems like Halo's going the same way that Star Wars did,
Yeah.
where it started just in one medium but then expanded its universe, so to speak, because there have been lots of books and lots of supplemental stuff.
Yeah.
You know, right now it's really sort of in its infancy, but I feel, you know, once the Reclaimer trilogy comes out, which is 4, 5, and 6,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we'll be seeing much more of a broadening of topics.
Yeah, which I always felt... I personally think Halo 4 is going to be weird because Halo 3's catchphrase was "finish the fight."
Halo 4's catchphrase is "Wake up, John."
Wake
That's
up,
what it is.
Wake up, John.
I'm interested to see what they're going to do as the
I think that's why the
foe, because you had the Covenant
for
for
4 or 5 games.
for those 3 games, and it was sort of the huge, lumbering, all-encompassing, undefeatable evil. But then you had the Flood in the background, which was kind of the ultimate evil. Well, how are you going to have a more ultimate evil than that? It's gonna take a certain kind of finesse to
Yeah.
make it just not seem like great. You know, like these guys are going to be more of a pushover than the Flood, and I'm interested to see what they're going to do, because it's called the Reclaimer trilogy. So I feel like it's going to have a lot more focus on the Forerunners, because
Possibly.
now the Flood's gone, the Covenant is pretty much shattered. I'd like to see where the Covenant
Like
separatists came in.
Resurgency,
Yeah,
Insurgency and stuff like that.
Or where the ones who've been fighting on our side come from.
the Al Qaeda of Covenant, so to
Yeah.
speak.
I'd like to see where they come in. It's interesting. I'm hoping it's well done. I'm not holding my breath, because it is that sort of, and this is the end. Oh wait, and then this happens, sort of feel to it.
Knee-jerk reaction.
But getting back to this, I did feel like I did really enjoy this game. I felt like they put a lot more prim and polish on this than they did on Halo 3. I just feel like Halo 3 should have been bigger, more grandiose than it was. The final level on it was awesome. Where
But the campaign
blowing
was
up.
very short.
But I felt like the whole campaign should have been like that.
Yeah.
And it's resolved sort of rather quickly. You just sort of blow everything up.
Oh, okay. Sure, whatever.
But I'm interested to see what's going to happen. I've read the Halo novels, so I actually have a bit more backstory, so I sort of have a better idea of what's going to happen than the people who haven't read them. And I'm not going to spoil it, because I do know some things that people who have not read the books will not know.
I know things that people do not know.
Okay, but if I'd say read them. They're fun. They're not gonna win the Nobel Prize for literature, but they're just interesting if you like the Halo
The
universe.
Pulitzer Prize.
The
Newbery Medal.
the Caldecott Award. I don't think they win Pulitzer, because that's for journalism. But
Close enough.
But out of a score of 10, I'd probably give this 7.5 to an 8 out of 10. I mean, it did have some issues of, sometimes the levels did get a little lengthy.
Or the fuel rod gun going through your torso.
There were some issues, but overall I don't feel like they detracted in any way from the game. At worst, they only serve to annoy occasionally.
I personally would give this probably maybe a 6. Only because similar to Call of Duty, I'm burned out kind of on Halo. It's just the okay, nothing new. I mean, this was a nice refresher, but it still kind of had the same stuff.
Oh, it's the same style. I wouldn't have wanted it too different because if you were going to play Halo Reach, you wanted to play a Halo game,
right? But I mean, like that's just me personally. I'm not saying that the game is bad. It's just that I was worn out on Halo. We did 3 Halo games before this.
Did we?
We did Halo 1, 2, and 3.
Did we do Halo 3?
Yes, we did. We did co-op for that. And now we did
that was
a 4th Halo game.
Time ago.
And so, I don't know if we're actually going to be doing Halo 4.
We'll see when it comes out. It's not due until, I think, November of this year. But
which is probably by the time, maybe this is going to be out, maybe July, September.
Yeah. So, who knows? Maybe you guys will already be playing it by the time this comes out. Yeah. And knowing our rate of speed, we'll get to it sometime in 2014.
Yeah. But at least we have a consistent amount of content. We're not like Proton John, where he releases a video every year. So
we'll see you guys next time.
See you then.